everyone, this is Hamin and welcome to a new video. Today it is on 10th of December 2024. I believe this video will be the last video of 2024 on my channel, and one of the goals that I want to accomplish before the end of 2024 is I want to update my portfolio on my website. I had neglecting organizing my portfolio properly until last July because I have shared my artworks on social media channels since 2018, so I thought it'd be okay to use them as my portfolio. But recently I realized that I want to get into a specific area. Also, I want to reach out to potential opportunities that I'm hoping to work with. Then I think organizing my artworks nicely for a portfolio is very important at this point. I think that'll be the best way to show what kind of projects I would be passionate about and enjoy, and what kind of illustrations I'm specialized in briefly. One of the things that I really enjoy illustrating is season, like spring, summer, autumn, and winter. If you have followed my art journey for a really long time on my channel or Instagram or other social channels since at least since 2020, it is really easy to tell that every themed project that I worked for my Patreon community for the past 2 years has 4 seasons. I believe the majority of the inspiration was from the environment that I grew up in. I'm going to select my favorite art pieces of each season to update my portfolio, and additionally I'm going to draw new seasonal illustration, but everything will be trees. I think trees are the most obvious elements that can tell us what season it is. So when I update my portfolio page, I want to put the tree drawings on the very top as an introduction. Underneath of the tree drawings, I'm going to put a couple of background illustrations that I created for my Patreon rewards. I think they are kind of showing the seasonal activities. Hopefully this will be interesting for the audience that I'm targeting. The order of the 4 seasons of the year in my life used to be spring, summer, autumn, and winter, but since I moved to Australia, everything changed. The seasons are opposite. I haven't seen the yellow ginkgo trees for ages, as well as snow, so I found it very awkward to draw the opposite order of the seasons during the early year of my life in Australia. And then I decided to go back to the seasonal time that I feel really comfortable. Also, I realized that my audience also would like to see the seasonal drawings on the months when I want to draw, because I have a strong feeling about the seasons. I think that's how I was able to build a strong connection with the audience. And the time when I feel very nostalgic about a particular thing for the season, I have drawn at least more than 150 seasonal illustrations. The background and the behind the story of the illustrations are inspired by the environment I was surrounded for the longest time in my life. Because I have a strong feeling about the seasons, I think that's how I was able to build a strong connection with the audience. Living in the country where it has 4 distinct 4 seasons was very natural for me at the time. Absolutely thought it was not special until I met people who grew up in the southern hemisphere and who grew up in the very cold countries or cold areas or hot areas all the time. Since then, I've felt very appreciated to the environment I grew up. Good evening everyone, it is on the same day but it is much later after dinner. Currently it is 9:28 p.m. Very recently I started learning to knit again for a hobby. The last time when I learned to knit was like when I was at primary school and it was one of my school work. Honestly, I did not enjoy knitting at the time because I was making too many mistakes and I was not as patient as I am right now. A few weeks ago, I got invited to a family event by my partner's brother's partner and she wanted to learn to knit from our mother-in-law, and then she asked me if I wanted to join it. You know, I spend a lot of time alone during the day and I don't have many people to talk and hang out with. I always look forward on exciting weekends and seeing people outside of the home. Otherwise, mostly my weekend ends up being doing my art business and making content for commissions. Then this will make me feel like I'm not having a productive week because I'm not balancing my personal life. So I really liked her suggestion and excited for knitting again. So she went to our place to pick me up and we drove to Lucky's mom's place and we got given a pair of needles and a blue yarn. It was so much fun to learn to knit again than I expected, so I decided to learn some easy types of stitches for a beginner in my personal time after the event. I got the cheapest yarn from Big W last weekend. I have spent 1 or 2 hours knitting after dinner as a part of my evening routine. So far, I've found a very positive effect on my life. I think it is very healing when I see the result, even though I still make a lot of mistakes by losing my concentration and I restarted a few times. The good feeling that I found is that I have something to do to focus aside from my work. My goal for this hobby is just finish knitting all stitches and making the patterns visible because it is a very tiny and easy to get to the goal. It makes me feel very proud of myself and did a big achievement. Happy Friday! Today I want to finish the drawing of the seasonal trees. Today it is the deadline and I think I can finish it in 2 hours. I think the coloring transition between seasons flow naturally and this is exactly how I wanted to draw. Now it is 3:22 p.m. I did everything that I wanted to work on this week, so I'm going to stop working at this point And now I'm going to read the book that I got very recently. It is a novel from South Korea called Yeonnam-dong Smiley Laundromat by Jiyun Kim. Mostly books I read while I'm living in Australia are in English and translated English from Japanese. I've been very consistent to keep this as a habit since basically I moved to Australia mainly for improving my English and getting used to seeing everything in English and thinking in English. After 6 years of my life overseas, I finally got a book from South Korea. It is in the original language. Lately, I kind of feel like I'm missing something in Korean and communicating in Korean. Also, sometimes I feel like I miss having someone from the same country and being chatty. So I ended up getting an ebook from one of the biggest Korean retailer online. I think this is one of the ways that I can do to communicate with the Korean author and Korea at the same time. Also, I want to keep up with the trend in Korea and find something new that I never realized rather than looking on social media. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I feel very elated mentally, physically, financially. Hello everyone, it is on Monday and I'm going to end this vlog here. I ended up having a relaxing weekend at home. Originally, my plan was to go to a Christmas market near the city, but we found out it was cancelled because of the hot weather. It was like 38 degrees here in Adelaide. I was really sad because I've been looking forward to seeing some handmade craft. So my weekend was like just reading, knitting, and I watched some YouTube videos. I'm really proud of this stitch I made. Also the stitch I started making from last night. It is called Moose Stitch. Actually, I got a new yarn yesterday at Spotlight. I like this kind of a green. I think it is called Sage and it was on sale. I got it for like $3 because I'm still learning. I don't want to invest too much for a new hobby and not sure what I want to make eventually, but I'm just going to keep practicing knitting and trying to get used to make a variety of stitches for now. And yeah, thank you so much for coming and watching my video, clicking on my channel. Also, I want to say extremely thank you so much for supporting my art over on Patreon. I really hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. Have a wonderful, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!